So, welcome to DVCOM Tech Talk. This is a new initiative from DVCOM where we thought why don't we connect with the vendors, channel ecosystem, talk to them, understand from OEM perspective, you want to understand your product, future roadmap, and from channel probably we will understand what are their challenges a bit. So, this should be a way in which we would be interacting with the ecosystem going forward. Thank you, George, for joining in from ViewSonic. Thank you, Mr.Arumughan. I'm joining from OneScreen. So probably we would focus our discussion today around GITEX. And once we probably go forward, we'll see that, we will continue, take up topics and discuss more on. Yeah. So how is GITEX helping in?
Well, GITEX this year it is very good actually. We just start like we are on the second day, but we are having a good footfall on our stand. Like a lot of people coming, especially yesterday. Like also people from different countries they are visiting our stands. So it's very good. And people nowadays like they knows about like the latest technologies, what they need, what they want. So when they are coming to the stand, like they are very specific. Okay, this is what they need. So that's why even I think even in the stand, like we were just focused on the latest trends, latest technologies. So people are quite happy with the new things. So hope this year the JetX will be very fruitful and we can do great things this year. So I'm hoping so.
And how about Mansti?
Thank you, Sabu, for hosting this, and it's a pleasure. And you are always Sabu Bhai for pardon my French were there. And thank you, George. It's good to have an old friend sitting with us. GITEX is, I always think of GITEX as a more of an adrenaline injection that the IT industry needs once a year. We have this lull period that suddenly comes in the third quarter, and then this injection comes in, and then everybody's closing, and the budget's closure, the deals are being finalized. So that aura it has always carried, and this you would agree, DWTC now is the last GITEX show that is happening. It's kind of a nostalgic feeling. That's always there. It's always going to be there. But I told my wife about it and she was like, no way, this is not happening. But anyway, the traffic was horrendous again. Sorry.
Yeah.
But GITEX itself, the footfall has been great. Technology is always there. You see the cars, you see the drones, and then we have people like us showing our IFPs and displays. But what you get to learn from GITEX mostly is how we are going to take the next step. What is there already, and with brands and OEMs like us, the more thing is where do we need to go next year and the year beyond that. That's what GITEX is bringing to us here. And you partners like DVCOM bringing so many OEMs under one umbrella gives us the kind of a platform we can cross collaborate on.
It's a good place to network. The good guys in network, the OEM partners, end users, consultants, everybody together. That's good part in it. So now during GITEX or, when we are discussing about how this technology, there's a lot of AI buzz around. So from the product perspective, what have you put into your products to support this, probably, the buzzword which is outside from the AI side? What have we?
Right now, as I mentioned, like the technology, like the advancements, like everyone using AI now, because starting from ChatGPT, now this has become very common. Like every common man, like they have ChatGPT apps on their phone. So it's very common now AI. So that's where actually we also thought of just bringing the technology very close to the people. So that's where actually ViewSonic is also trying to do. So what we have done is like in the software part, like that's where even when we are demonstrating, we are focusing more on the software side, like what else like we are offering through the AI. Like we have an AI powered software for collaboration, wherein like after the meeting, like we can do the meeting in collaboration through that software, and everyone can share their ideas. They can collaborate in one platform. So once the meeting is over, there is an AI tool which can summarize the entire meeting reports, like on the summary as a summary. They can keep that one. So this is one thing. Also, like we have some AI tool to generate the reports, like the user reports and from the manager software. So these things are there. Also, like in the hardware side, also we have done some AI integration. I would say the teaching levels, like we have done some AI integration. So these things are what we are demonstrating.
So next, mostly on the education.
Yeah, education and also the corporate. As I mentioned, the collaboration tool. This is focusing on the corporate segment. We have launched this one. So it's a like collaboration team one software, which is for the corporate. So they can launch this team one software inside the teams, also on the IFP, and they can do the meetings. So then people can collaborate each other through that platform. And as you mentioned, like that the AI tool will summarize the entire meeting reports like a meeting agenda.
Otherwise, studying maybe sort of a
Meetings. Even in the IFPs, when you make the different pages, also like again, the summarization is not happening. So the AI summarization will help you to summarize the entire page. What is the entire meeting summary?
And what about OneScreen? So
Before we come to OneScreen, we have together taken away the corporate secretary's job now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need to evolve, as I always say. But I would say in an IFP area, AI is a very broad term because IFPs were always a hardware-based centric industry, and all of a sudden, this boost that ChatGPT brought in made us shift the focus from the hardware part towards the firmware, as we call it in our IFP part, and then proprietary softwares. But if you look at the generic direction, as George explained, there's a software to do summarizations, there's a software to do collaboration, video feedbacks, looking at the way the children will be behaving or the crowd will be behaving. All of those senses can always become the part of it. So as far as I would not say OneScreen because OneScreen is again the part of a bigger ecosystem, which is the IFP world. Everybody is evolving to the AI part where they're talking about teaching assistants coming through the screens. They're talking about meeting assistants coming through the screens, as he explained. The same kind of software we have as well. So it's kind of a more of a standardization across the industries, which is happening without us talking to each other actually. So industry-wise, it's pretty good. So we have the bots, we have the summarization tools, we have the smart select feature, which is always available on the Android part. Then on the whiteboarding part, we have those translations coming in, all of the OCR technologies going up. So the screen, or what we call it, the display, because remember the projectors were always there, right? So the display parts are now becoming more of a semi-alive kind of an assistant or a presence within a room. It could be a classroom, it could be your teaching room, and they are listening. You've got your microphones, and no need to be scared. They're listening. You could always turn them off, but that's always there. So OneScreen is again at par with what the industry is doing, and I believe we all have more or less the same kind of AI software and tools available.
you mentioned about evolution of collaboration. Yes. So we had 90s, then 2000, 2010, as we reach this 20s. So how has this collaboration evolved over this last?
George, I'll take the lead on this. That's okay. Huh? So, because we did a launch yesterday, and the buzzword you picked up from there was the evolution of collaboration. It's like 90s is Air Force. So what kind of see? So see what if you believe, and I think we are from the generation where we used to sit on the ground and write with all those taktis. What do you call it? I don't know how will you translate that in English. But the slate, yes, slate and the chalk. So that is the evolution in front of you, and it's not just evolution. Evolution is slow. I would say this is more of an amalgamation or mutation. That would be the right word because mutation usually goes negative. I didn't use it, but mutation is something that has happened. 80s and 90s we're using chalkboards. Then came the markers and the whiteboards and those whites and glossy services, and then we have those steel cases and all of those things coming into it. But then all of a sudden Epson came in, and I would really I do appreciate Epson's input as an interactive display units and the projectors, and they're still dragging the same train. They were the one who introduced interactivity into this. So rather than using a slate or a chalk or a marker to write, they digitized the ink using a display unit. And then, of course, the smarts came in, the Prometheans, the ViewSonics, the BenQs, the OneScreens came into it, where they evolved this into a part where the ink is not just digital, it's smart. Whatever you're writing will become a smart writing, recognizable by the AI machine or the computer machine, and then it can bring the entire knowledge base around that written input going into this. Now we have come to a part where it's gone beyond writing from the chalkboard. Now the teacher, if you take it from that perspective, or a human being, all they need to give is a voice input or a voice command, and the screen will obey. Yeah. For now, AI, where that will go, but for now it's obeying what you're telling them. You tell our screens, I think it's the same as ViewSonic. Open up maybe Google Chrome and play a video of A B C D E F, and it will listen and it will do it. The teacher doesn't need to go and do it on the sites. This is where the evolution has come. It's gone from the what you call the physical input, more of a vocal input, and there's a journey in between. I believe you'll agree with that. Yeah.
And what about you, Sandra? How did you evolve in collaboration in the last anything?
So that's what the displays actually, that is our core. That is where we started our journey. We started with
Monitor.
that's what in
The gaming side as well, I believe, yes.
So in 90s, we were just selling this our CRT monitors. So that's where actually we started our journey. After that, we got into projectors, then displays, interactive displays. Now we have the big LED screens. So this is how our journey, like in displays. But as Mr. Arumughan rightly mentioned, like the display market is always evolving. So the good part is that like how we can make it like simplify the solution. That's where actually we are also focusing, like how we can simplify the solution for people, how we can make the users life easy. So that's where actually even we are also focusing. So through our software or through our hardware enhancements, we are doing this part. Okay, so even this year also, like even whatever we are demonstrating, like we are focused on that one, how we can make the people's life easy and how we can offer something for future. So that is where actually we are focusing.
And I think that's the goal of GITEX happening in totality as well. Where we are going and where it will come eventually. And then when it goes to Expo, I don't know what will happen there, but yeah, the parking will actually be pretty.
So one more question, and then we close.
Really, you're enjoying this.
One more. So if a partner or somebody would like to come and visit the hoops, what is that one product or one feature which a ViewSonic or OneScreen?
You're making us compete with each other. That's not right. That's not fair, sir.
You have a lot of USPs, but one thing which you say that no, come and see this product or this solution or this feature this time, which is really going to be something good for in collaboration domain.
So as I mentioned, like this year our tagline is shape your future. So we are also like here with the futuristic solutions. So we have our latest LED foldable displays. We have an all-in-one customizable LED screens. So this is what something you will have to come here and experience, because for the first time we have brought these solutions here in UAE. And so you can just experience the solutions. You can directly come here and see the production, feel the solutions directly from us. So this is what actually you can experience here. Yeah, foldable LED screens, like we have the 138-inch foldable screens. Also the customizable all-in-one LED screens. So with power and data management together in one control box. So this is something very unique in the industry that we have launched here. So come and just see the product, and then you can experience the difference or what the uniqueness what we are offering to the users.
What is the one thing for one space?
There's too many.
That's so many things.
No, no, sir. No, but from one screen's perspective, I would say our one unique selling point, which we want to showcase on GITEX and together with DVCOM, is that we are connecting the intelligence, the artificial, with the natural, the human side of things. So there is a journey that is present within our collaboration device, within our interactive flat panels. We don't have large panel displays in UAE like ViewSonic and all of those things. I should at least I will tell people to come and view it with ViewSonic. That's there. But if you want to experience the human and handshake of AI, this is where OneScreen is coming in. It's an entire journey of when a manager walks into a meeting room and he interacts with his hybrid team, which is sitting remotely, as well as in in the physical space, how the screen is helping you with that. It's the journey of a teacher entering into a classroom and from there onwards pulling up their lesson, delivering it, recording it, taking an exam, and then making sure that the student actually learned it. So what we want to show on GITEX is the unique selling point where the artificial intelligence is meeting the human side of it, and then you have the guru in between, which is that unique selling point.
Yes.
Right? You don't have it. So guru is something that is there. That's
Guru is what you said.
it was connect all of this together into one site. Yeah. But so yeah, and by the way, we are friends.
It's all